Today we're speaking to an Irish entrepreneur that's built a chain of coffee shops come restaurants, doing very well. €6 million a year. That's €500,000 each and every single month. He's been going a few years. He's had some challenges. He's had to close some sites down. He's learned a lot of stuff. This is a fascinating conversation. Now, we have lots of people on the pod in hospitality and leisure, and lots of them are really struggling. This is one of the good guys. This is the unicorn. This is the exception to the rule. What have they got up their sleeve that most are not doing? I think you're going to like the rating at the end of the podcast. Could he do well? Strap yourselves in. Well, gang, welcome back to the Business Broadcast. This is the podcast designed to help grow your business. That's why we exist. We love helping entrepreneurs and business owners. That's what we do, isn't it, JB?
We do. We love it. We do. We've got a great business to help today as well.
Tell us about it,
We
sweetheart.
have got, I'm on the wrong screen of my camera here, rocksaltcafe.ie. This, if you want to see
What country is
Ireland.
that? Oh, right, Ireland.
7 to 8 years have been trading,
Whoa.
estimating monthly.
Just stop there.
I know what's coming.
If they're from Ireland, we need it to be read out in Irish.
Of
for our
course.
Irish listeners.
They've been trading for about trading for 7 to 8 years. So they have. I've got Northern Irish again. I've got after your nan.
So they have. That's what I like about your accents. You add in all the
just no need for it, is there?
the idiosyncrasies of all these different
He's
countries.
doing €500,000
No,
a month.
why have you stopped? I like it.
Has he got team members?
Has he?
I asked him that, and he said, "Cast I have." He said, "I've got 90 of them. 90 it was." Biggest challenge, keeping structures and accountability true to growth. They don't say through, they say true over there, don't they?
True.
Second biggest challenge being managing my time in the business. Third biggest challenge, keeping the team culture and atmosphere across all the venues.
We must ask. We must
We
him.
must stop as well.
No, I love it. I find it very, very enjoyable. We must ask him. I think the VAT rates for hospitality are lower in Ireland.
Okay,
higher on everything else. I think it's 23%.
Higher or lower? We're going to play VAT higher or lower?
And then I think restaurants have it lower.
Okay, we'll find out.
Let's find out.
He wants to, where does he want to be in 1 year's time? He wants to have another 2 cafes, restaurants in the chain. I think at the moment, if I look at his website, which is a beautiful website, rocksaltcafe.ie is a lovely, lovely website. I think by the looks of it, he's got 3 sites and catering. Obviously, we can find out in a couple of minutes. We'll find out more information. But we want to have another 2 within the year. What does the business look like when it's finished? I mean, I've got a monologue here, so I'll see if I can quickly summarize it. I see my business as a vibrant, multifaceted brand that balances great hospitality with scalable, modern revenue streams. Right now, I'm at a bit of a fork in the road. Fork in the road! It's good, no? No,
Yeah,
nothing.
very good.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fork in the road. There's strong ambition and potential, but like many in the industry, I'm navigating the uncertainty of the current climate. That said, my vision is very much about growth. My aim is to grow to 10 million turnover in the next 3 years and 15 million in the next 5 years. How exactly I'm going to get there is to continue to grow the current sites and the revenue streams while looking to add to freehold properties to the business.
I think when we get him on, you can pick that apart and ask him.
Fine. So that's where he's at.
I mean, I can see it looks like you're going to read an audiobook.
Do you make the profit that you want to make? Do you make the profit that you want to make? And if so, what is it? He said, yes, I do currently make a profit. The profit we set out to achieve is based on where the business is at today. We worked hard to build up a solid foundation. Again, we've got loads and loads of stuff on there. But if I go to overall wage percentage, sits at 41%. This includes the operational staff, office-based team and management. Overall profit margin is 10 to 11%, which has dropped from the 14 to 16 we saw in the first few years. The decline is largely due to the unavoidable pressures of the whole hospitality sector. Again, we can dive into that with Daniel in a bit more detail when we get him on. How do you spend your day-to-day time in the business? It says day-to-day, I'm very hands-on in the business. I love meeting people and I run the business a lot on gut feeling and people-orientated in terms of decisions and knowing where needs my attention. I'm not just managing at a distance. I spend as much time as I can on the floor, engaging with staff and customers, making sure the energy and the service levels are where they need to be. And then he's got a bunch of questions that he'd like to ask you because, again, it's a monologue, this. If I go for it, we're going to be here for about an hour.
He's got a chain of coffee shops.
I think they are. I think they're restaurants more than coffee shops.
Fine, okay.
And they look fantastic. and do go and check it out as a hero
that
video.
is,
That is as good a hero video as I've ever seen on a food website. It looks unbelievably good.
Shots, can we try and get Stevie in the edit to put that on screen? Because if you're watching this on YouTube, I do think it's important that you see that.
Pouring the thing over the thing. I mean, this is it's a work of art.
It does look good.
Look at this.
I mean, I feel like booking a flight and getting over there.
I do. We should go and do this on tour. Business broadcast on tour. So we will get him on, but before all of that.
It's quite an entrepreneurial country island, isn't it?
Do you know what? That's
a big tractor. Sorry about that.
He's got to do his work to pay his family farm tax. They are entrepreneurial, and they're also. This is a massively broad generalisation. I've never met a miserable Irish person. They've all just got a great energy.
Yeah.
Just a really good ethos and outlook.
Good personality country.
Absolutely. But before we get down, there's a knock at the door. Must be time for this.
Interesting quote or fact.
Look, they do their own branded coffee there as well.
The interesting quote or fact of the week.
It's time for Interesting Fact or Quote of the Week. It's a point of the show where we have an interesting fact or a quote. It's fairly self-explanatory, really, isn't it? Hey, I've got another quote which got sent through to me by recent podcast guest Keith Wilson, who was on a few weeks ago. He said to me, this is definitely something for the next podcast. As you start to walk on the way appears. Clarity doesn't come before action. It comes from action.
I think there's a lot of truth to that.
As you start
when
to
it's
walk.
not your stuff, it's very good.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. That's Rumi. Who is Rumi, by the way? I always hear like Rumi quotes. Is Rumi like a spiritual icon?
No.
No idea.
No idea. Rumi. Anyway, that's from Rumi. As you start to walk on the way appears. Clarity doesn't come before action. It comes from actions. Go on, give us your one. And I'm going to find
I've got a couple of facts.
Of course you have. You're full of facts, you are.
I know that we've got an Irish podcast on, but I want to talk about the UK and talk about Europe. The UK has had the most unicorns in Europe. Do you know what a unicorn is? Assessed when we're talking business?
Over $1 billion in turnover.
Well, some say over $1 billion in revenue, or some say over $1 billion in market cap. But I mean, you're very, very successful, and there's $1 billion associated with you either in revenue or in market cap. The UK is home to over 140 tech unicorns, startups valued at over 1 billion. That's more than Germany and France combined. And I'm so proud of that. And then obviously we're stupid with what we do afterwards, and we let them flitter off to other countries, or we lose our talent because our government is so
Another
anti.
3 billionaires have gone, haven't they? At the start of this year, I saw.
Well, I think it's very close to being released. I was on Lad Bible talking about does the world need billionaires? When does that come out, Juz? Do you know?
I don't know.
No, he doesn't know. But it's coming out soon. But so should we talk about some of the companies that have been unicorns in this country? Revolut, sponsors of my main YouTube channel,
it's a coincidence, isn't it? They're a unicorn and they sponsor this podcast and your newsletter, or is it not a coincidence?
Well, going one step further on Revolut, I think and we get some facts about them. I think they are the fastest growing tech company in Europe in totality.
All right.
I've read something about that. Monzo.
They are fantastic to work with as well.
Brilliant,
I set up an account in literally 2 or 3 hours. And even Starling Bank, who I normally bank with, and I've got 3 accounts with, they're like, no, we can't set that one up for you. I think it's because I'm doing it with someone who's quite well known. I'm like, really?
Okay, Monzo, Deliveroo. Do you use Deliveroo as a family?
No.
We do.
No.
We're buying stuff from the Co-op and Sainsbury's through Deliveroo.
Oh, no, we use Whoosh. We have Whoosh delivery around our way.
Wish, is it? Oh, Whoosh. Oh, that's
Whoosh,
a Tesco
thing, yeah.
Yeah. And Depop. Do you know what Depop is? Never heard of it.
It's a third-party clothing store, isn't it?
Never heard of it. I like this one as well.
Isn't that mad? There's a unicorn, $1 billion cap company, and we're like, I've never heard that.
Well, that was a bit like when we start talking like NVIDIA about 7 months ago on the pod. Like, this was the second most valuable company in the world that no one had heard of.
And everyone was like, you're not even pronouncing it correctly, you idiots.
And then what about this one? Children, ladies and gents, are becoming entrepreneurs. According to recent surveys, more than half of British children aged 6 to 16 say they want to run their own business one day.
My little boy, Louis, my eldest, has got his own company now, and he keeps talking about his staff every day. It's so funny.
That's lovely. Kids are obsessed with who the boss is. Have you found that out
Yes.
with your kids?
Yeah.
So you the boss? Who's the boss?
He
What's
said
the
it
boss?
to me
Boss,
this morning today. He said on the way into school, he said, what's it called where, he said, I've got, he went, Jacob in my class, he works for me, but he's more senior than the others.
How old is your son?
He's 8.
8.
So he does bespoke Pokemon cards, and you can either pay him in cash or Haribo or with an actual Pokemon card. That's how he does it. He got up at assembly the other day.
Well, don't talk about it. Rachel Reeves will be after
I
some
know,
of
I was
his
about
loot.
to say Rachel Reeves is going to come and get his dough. So in their big assembly, they have like free time. So if there's like 200 kids, he said, there was no one wanted to talk in free time today. So I got up and told everyone about my business. He said, I had so many people after come and ask me cards, even the cool kids.
Oh, there you go.
So brilliant.
I like this one as well. Some UK school-aged entrepreneurs are already making 5-figure revenues from handmade goods, online stores, and even coding services.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I've got another couple of things I want to talk about. My girlfriend, Taylor Swift.
Tay-Tay.
Obviously, we're not together anymore. But the brain of this woman. So last week, she went to a bar with Travis, who she's now with.
You do realise you sound like an actual stalker.
She went to a bar. There's about 300-400 people in this bar. And I'm sure lots of people have seen this online. And she was up at the top, in the gods, just singing along, dancing. It's like a Nashville bar with like a live band in there.
Yeah.
And
imagine you're that live band and Tay-Tay turns up. You're like,
she knew the person in the band.
Fine,
she was like, she's very good at controlling content marketing and knows how to get attention. And she just went on stage and there was literally 300 iPhones going up and everyone was going, no effing way, no effing way. She's here. And she comes out with a guitar on and she said, I was just up there having drinks and we was having a really good time. And they said, Tay, come sing a song with us. And the band are just playing the chord of Shake It Off in the background while she's doing a little monologue.
Oh, brilliant.
And then she's just doing her talk and then she just goes into Shake It Off, and just fantastic. And these people are just loving it. And that videos have just gone everywhere, everywhere. She was on stage for like 3.5 minutes, just done Shake It Off. And then off she went. And I just thought that girl knows how to get attention. And the lesson for business owners is, how do you get attention for your business? How do you get attention for your business? You've got to be unusual in a very usual world. I don't see Mariah Carey doing something like that. I don't see most big stars doing something like that. Also, what about Rod Stewart at Glastonbury? Did you check any of his stuff? 80 years old. Come on, Rod, that was good.
Also, apparently waving a flag for Nigel Farage.
Yeah, we don't do politics here. Don't do politics here, but I thought, well done, Rod. 80 years old.
80 years.
He's still good,
He's still got it, isn't he?
He's got that
He can still
voice.
sing. Because a lot of them who are a bit older, they can't quite get there anymore, like the notes. But he's there. Him and Tom. Oh, Tom. They've still got it. Pair of them still got it, haven't they?
I just thought, who's Tom? Then the Welsh deep accent came. Sorry about the tractor, everyone, where we're filming today.
He's working double hard. He's got to pay Rachel Reeves.
Yeah.
He's doing 2 trips up the high street per day.
And I've got one other thing I want to talk about, which is an interesting fact or quote of the week, is I was a victim of crime at the weekend.
Oh, no. Oh,
victim of crime.
Oh, no.
I put it in my newsletter. Has anyone been to Starbucks recently? I bought a Frappuccino, £6.10.
Money went out your pocket, didn't it? You were fuming.
I wasn't even sitting in there, JB. Wasn't even sitting in there. I was sitting on one of them, I didn't choose to sit on one of those awful wooden uncomfortable chairs. They're not got sofas like they used to have. I decided, I was in the fun bus. We've got a family bus thing, a Mercedes Vito thing, which is handy for like the dogs and all that. So I was driving around that drive-through, £6.10 for a Frappuccino.
And it was rubbish as well, wasn't it?
Awful. Please don't give Starbucks any money. I really felt violated by them.
You actually said, I've been violated.
Yeah, I said to the bloke, I said, I'm going to need a human rights lawyer here. I was so hot as well.
How did he react? Did he know how to take that?
Well, all right, it's still £6.10. Still £6.10. No, I was sweating so much, like my body was like a human slip and slide. And when did drive-through coffee become a thing? It's happened like
it's quite
it's
big
everywhere.
now, isn't it?
Everywhere. All the pubs are turning into drive-through McDonald's and Starbucks and Costas around London. Because well, people are drinking, but Anyway, so I went in there and I thought I'd treat myself to a nice iced coffee. I usually have the iced latte like this one that we're having today from a good local coffee shop that's down the road. And I thought I'd have a frappuccino because it was the weekend.
£6.10.
It really annoyed me as. Anyway, that's my
just another reason why, if you can, support a local coffee shop.
Come on.
Why not? Right, shall we get lovely Daniel on the podcast?
Talking about water and marketing before we do some other stuff.
There we go.
Have you ever thought about, when you buy a bottle of water, you're paying more for that bottle of water for the equivalent amount of petrol that you put in your car? Have you ever thought about that?
I've never thought about that.
So you buy a bottle of water, from a petrol station, you get rid of £2.20 for one of those sports caps. You could fill that with petrol and it'd be less.
I have never even considered that.
Now that is marketing position, gang. I thought about it the other day. I was looking and thinking, £2.20 for a bottle of water. Why am I doing this? I don't know what these things that just keep coming into my head. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? I could buy the big Evian bottle for less. Have you ever thought about that as well? So you're in the petrol station, they've got the big bottles. They're in the fridge, big Volvic one. They're like £1.50. Or I pay the smaller one, £2.20. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that?
Very good point.
And it costs more than petrol or diesel, whatever you're putting in your car.
I've never even considered that.
That, ladies and gents, is marketing. Look, what a round of interesting fact, because the marketing companies have managed to convince you to pay more for water than petrol.
Yeah. And some of them have convinced you to pay a lot more, like that. You've seen the Voss in a glass bottle. It's about £4 a bottle, that stuff.
I just don't know. Yeah.
Good model. Good model. Water is a good model. There you go. Right, should we get Daniel on?
Let's get Daniel on.
Hey gang, James here. Great news. Business Masterclass is coming back to London. This is my ultimate 2-day event that will grow the profitability and size of your business so that you can have a commercially profitable enterprise that works without you in it. I've run this event before. People absolutely love it. We get rave reviews and I'd love for you to come along. Imagine 400 business owners in a room serious about growing their business. Imagine the connections you can make. I'll be on stage teaching you all the stuff that I've learned over the last 20 years in 2 days to seriously scale your business up. If you want to find out how to buy companies, raise finance, get customers, and make your teams as profitable as possible, then this is the event for you. Look, it comes with my 100% money back guarantee. You come along to this event, and if at the end of day one you go, do you know what? I haven't got 10 times value out of what I've paid for this. I'll just give you your money back. And there's no sleazy sales on the day. It's just me delivering all the stuff that I know about growing businesses. And I can't wait to meet you. I'll be there. We'll have a little chat with the other 400 people in the room. It's big enough, but intimate enough to really learn the stuff that I know that scales businesses. So get your tickets now before the price goes up. And I'll see you at Business Masterclass to grow your business.
Talking of brilliant food and drink and beverages. Daniel, welcome to the podcast, my friend. How are you, sir? I will unmute you on there. How are you? Dan, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Yeah. How are you doing, lads?
We are very well, thank you, my friend. Very well. So give us the origin story of Rock Salt. Your website is unbelievable. The food looks amazing. Tell us all about it, mate.
Thanks very much. Thanks for the introduction earlier, lads. This will be some crack.
Hello, by the way.
Hi, well, James, how are we doing?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
So basically, origin story for me, I suppose long story cut, semi-short, would be that I studied hospitality management in Shannon over here in Ireland, moved over to London straight after I finished, worked for the Sofitel Hotel Group, basically worked my way up from, I suppose, trainee manager to food and beverage manager. I then moved to exclusive hotels with James, with Danny Pecorelli, and worked with the exclusive hotels down in the South Lodge as the restaurant manager. Learned a hell of a lot, great hospitality companies. And then I met a guy called James Haller over there in the UK and ended up working with him in Ego restaurants. So yeah, a bit of a hospitality journey through there. He basically challenged my goals through hotels and got me running his restaurants from just up near Warwickshire there. It was a lovely Mediterranean style casual dining restaurant, and absolutely loved it.
Did they make money, just out of interest?
Yeah, they all did. Fucking brilliant. I learned from some of the best people in the industry.
Well, it's just, I mean, I don't know. We always talk about restaurants on here. They have a horrific failure rate, but there are some unicorns in London that I do know make money. What do you think, just, from your experience, what do you think's the secret sauce to make a restaurant profitable?
People. Simply people. Obviously, you have to get the food right. You have to get the service right. You have to get the quality right. You have to create a nice atmosphere and a nice place that people want to go to. But at the end of the day, it's all down to the people and the passion that people bring and the energy, and that always comes from the top down. I'm sure you kind of know yourself, That's my biggest belief, and that was always drilled into me in hospitality and in the hotels that I worked in.
How big were the hotels?
So the Sofitel hotel was 605 rooms.
Oh wow, that makes money, doesn't it?
The one at Heathrow there, it was class. Yeah, it was brilliant and huge. We used to do functions up to 2,000 people, that kind of way. So it was nearly like a factory. So that was kind of more of a corporate side of the hospitality industry that I saw, and it run really, really well. Some of the best managers I've ever worked with there. And then then I worked with Danny in exclusive hotels, and that was more your fine dining, your real focus on customer service and every little attention to detail, which was brilliant for me to build up and to learn. And then I met James Haller, and it was completely different. It was all about running a business and doing it well and running it through good people and getting the quality and the service right, without looking at the smaller attention to detail things, if that makes sense, not in the high end way anyway. And basically I took all of that and put it into my own business.
And what would you say, how many covers was each restaurant?
In terms of the capacity or what they were doing?
Yeah, but how many seats did they have?
So when I ran the Camellia restaurant and exclusive hotels, that had 60, 70 seats. Give or take. So you'd do two covers a night at least, and then you used to be open for lunch as well. So you'd normally do two covers during the weekend, one sitting normally during the week.
What about the Warwickshire ones?
Oh, that was casual dining. That must have been about 90 seats, and you would turn tables like no tomorrow. In and out, and it was flying. It was great. It was great place to be.
And so what's your business? What is it? Restaurant, coffee shop, bistro, casual dining? What makes you?
So basically we started off small. I moved back to Ireland. We were probably 10 years in the UK at that stage, and just wanted to get back. I was sick of fucking London and tubes and out of everywhere, and wanted to see a bit of greenery. And an opportunity came back for me to open up a business for an investor. I didn't know what he was doing. It was an old nightclub, and I just said, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. And it's kind of like learn from somebody else first, that kind of way, with somebody else's money. And I built up a business just outside Dublin called Showden Market Cafe. Spent 2 years with him, and it was flying. So I went to him and basically said, listen, let's roll this out. Let's take on a second one, but I want in. And he kind of strung me down the line a little bit, and eventually said he was putting money into something else. So I said, feck him, and I went off and opened my own place. So
there you go. And what did it cost you to set up the first one?
It cost me about 50K.
And where did you get that from? Savings?
Basically everything I had. Just popped it into it. Pretty much exactly to the penny. I would have spent more if I had more, that kind of way.
That's the entrepreneur's mentality right there, isn't it? Yeah. 50K, I just popped it straight. If you listen to the language, I just popped it straight in. Life savings, £50,000, popped it straight in.
Can you remember what your first day's take-ins was?
Oh yeah, I'll never forget it. Yeah, so actually the first day we opened, just a little story before that, like to tell you how fucking bootstrapped we were, was we were supposed to open up on say the Monday, and we'd no water. The plumber had never connected the water, so we couldn't open or something. and I gave some of the lads the Tuesday, Wednesday off. We came back on the Thursday to get prepped up and get ready to go. And we were using a neighbour's fridges and freezers to store all the produce that we bought in to get prepped up and ready to open on the Monday. And we came back and the electricity had gone off. It was on one of those stupid card meters. So it was all spoilt and infect. So I got to call the suppliers and be like, will you bring us down more stuff? We need to get prepped up again. This on the Thursday. And he said, no, Dan, sorry, like you need to pay us up front. And I said, I don't have any money. Like I literally had nothing in the bank. Couldn't pay anybody. You know, we'd gone that tight. So he said, listen, I have to give you cash to the driver on delivery. So I said, yeah, no bother, I'll figure something out. So I gave him a check and he said, I can't take that. And I said, please, lads, just take it, please take it. And then he was like, right, okay, I'll take it. I was like, but don't cash it till Monday.
Yeah.
We opened up on Friday and we sold out of all our food at 12:30, and it was a success since then.
What was your first day's take-in? Can you remember?
First day's take-in was 1,200.
Oh, wow. Well done, mate.
Yeah. I thought I was a millionaire.
Yeah. Oh, I love these stories. Do you know, when I first opened Party Man World, I couldn't afford, I had very similar story. I couldn't afford bins. And we got open at 11 o'clock. There was a massive queue down the road and we took like £1,000 in like a few hours. And I took some money to go to Tesco's to buy bins to put in the kitchen and in the place. Because you're that, I can just, you're that down to the bone and you just become so resourceful, but well done you. So what are you doing a week now in revenue in that first shop? Or first restaurant?
In the fresh shop there, we're doing 30 to 32K a week.
Oh, wow. That's good, isn't it?
And that's kind of one of our flagships now. It's been brilliant. It's been worldwide success. We started off at 17 seats. We've extended it now. We've got 30 plus with outside seating now, another 20 or so. And then we opened I'll talk to you a bit more about the strings of the business, but we opened up a premises next door. Which was somebody who was objecting to us at the start, and we ended up taking on the premises, which was another good success story. And we put a bakery and a little rock salt in there. It's more like a grab and go,
Yeah. And what do you? But what would you say you are? A restaurant or?
We're in between. So it's kind of like we classify ourselves as a cafe, but it's restaurant quality food. So basically, the whole concept of rock salt, what I wanted to do was bring, I loved hospitality. I love the fine dining aspect of things, but I hated the people. I hated the pretentiousness of it, especially back 20 years ago, people snapping their fingers at you in the fucking dining room or giving out because a bottle of wine was corked, even though it fucking wasn't. I hated all that. Expectations through the roof, So what I wanted to do though is I loved the service element of it, and I loved the people, So what I said was we'd strip it all back. We'll do the same touch points of service that you get in a Michelin star restaurant, but we'll put in a real casual atmosphere. So instead of coming in and saying, good evening, sir, madam, your table's ready for you. It's like, well, Paddy, what's the crack? Are you having a cappuccino? What do you want? Eggs and toast? Come on in. But we're going to make the best fucking eggs and toast you'll ever have, on the best sourdough breads, the best salted fucking butter on it. Just simple things, but done really well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, wow. And how many have you got now? 3?
No, we have 5, 6.
And are they consistent in their revenues?
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, so we've got 2 big cafes. The main one, Black Rock, and then we've another one in Dundalk, which is 15 minutes away. That's a 90-seater restaurant, and that does really well too. And then we've like a grab and go coffee dock. We've another slightly smaller cafe in Carrick as well. And that does really, really well for us. And then we have 2 grab and go coffee docks. We have a bakery, we have a central production kitchen unit, and then we have a thriving catering business that does we've got 14 professional football teams on the go at the moment, contracted in this year. So we do all the food for them. We've got 4 vans on the road, 2 food trucks.
Do you make more money from like percentage from doing the catering than you do running the restaurants?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but it's not as like it's all during the season and like that. You're feeding 55 people in one go nearly, you know, that kind of way, and you're just making sure the nutrition is right, and you only need one person to serve it, you know, that kind of way. And then that's where you have the central production kitchen that feeds it all, and then we have that bang in the middle of our cafe, so that then feeds the cafe, so it takes the prep off the main cafe, so you don't need as much kitchen time in terms of paying prep chefs or anything like that, you know.
Very interesting. So so you're doing like, what did you say? You're doing like 6 million a year now.
Yeah, close enough to that. Yeah, we're kind of getting there. It's we are. Yeah, fairly close to it. We're doing about 500 a month at the moment. So it's going great.
And what is the VAT level?
That's across all the business, you know.
Yeah. What is the VAT level that you pay in Ireland?
The VAT level, so it's 13.5% on hot food or anything sit-in, 0% on cold food takeaway, 23% on alcohol or any kind of soft drinks.
Well, listen, mate, 13.5%.
I know you're 20%.
Oh, I mean, that would make hospitality businesses in the UK literally overnight become so much better. Because that gives you enough to invest in staff, doesn't it? And all them.
The only thing though, like we used to have 9%, like 13.5% kills us. We used to have 9%.
Try 20%, my love.
I know that. I know. Listen, Jesus, I don't know how fucking you guys do it. That is so bloody tough and ridiculous. But the products in the UK are a hell of a lot cheaper than in Ireland at the moment. Like we try buy a lot of our stuff over in the UK. Like even just the stuff for the bakery. I went over a couple of weeks ago to get peanut flour for making our energy balls and everything else, because you couldn't. It was triple the price in Ireland. Same with coffee, same with everything. So there's probably a little bit of fluctuation, a little bit of go between. I was talking to a chef in the UK the other day, and the price of chicken over there was something like 15 pounds cheaper a box than what we're paying, and we've got a very good price for compared to some of the other restaurants around here.
Do you have business rates?
Yeah, we still have rates. Yeah.
So what would be the average rates per month on one of your shops?
The main shops are about $6,000 a year.
Oh, mate, that is monumentally different to the UK. I mean, the Rossi parlour, my parlour, is $50,000 a year business rates.
Jesus.
I mean, Marsh Farm, my farm adventure part's 135,000 rateable value. And business rates, this is not rent, you know. I'm paying around 55,000 a month in business rates for my hospitality businesses. It's
Jesus, that's
so, you know, I mean, business rates and VAT, these turnover taxes are what kills hospitality. Not that people producing great products, and they just it is all these turnover taxes that, and what governments I think failed to realise is how important hospitality is for mental health and community. I mean, I'm not being woo-woo about it. It just is.
It is.
It just is. They are essential parts of community. Really important. Really important. Yeah. And you know, the governments need to stop cleaning them dry because they're very important. Okay, right. Well, look, I mean, well done you. And you are making money. I'm not going to ask, but things are good, are they? You're making money, or are you just making it and investing it back in growth?
Yeah, no, look, we are making money. Like, you know yourself, it's we would have been making more money nearly at the start. I think nearly the first year we made money, which was great. Yeah, I've always been putting it back in. Geez, I opened my second site after a year, and then opened a third, and that didn't work out. But then we opened another one, and that worked out. And so I'm constantly looking at stuff in the process.
I'm interested in that. Why did the third one not work out?
It was probably the wrong location. It was too big, and I didn't put enough of my time into it. I gave it to somebody else to run, and it just didn't hit the ground, you know.
So how are you running 6 of these sites?
It wasn't not working. It was very seasonal. It was up and down, and I had to make a choice whether I was going to invest my time into it, and then another opportunity came up, which was a better one. So we ended up having to pay a little bit out in that and get out of the lease. And yeah, it was the right thing it was a good learning curve.
So would you say now that the business is still very dependent on you, or is there a management team that run the day-to-day?
No, I've got a fantastic management team that runs the day-to-day, and I suppose the last year I've been able to come out of it more and more. Like, I know my bio said I like being on the floor and I'm always in and out. That's my own personal choice. I don't necessarily I'm not on roster or anything like that. The guys run the day-to-day business of it. But in terms of pushing anything through or taking anything new on, it still needs me to do that. And there's still quite a lot of the team members that would come to me over things, or even if, managers made decisions on stuff, it nearly wouldn't be seen to be pushed through until I did it or backed it, that kind of way.
What if someone was looking at you, what would they say your role is in the business? If they were watching you for a day, they go, oh, he is the blank.
It depends what day you get me. I think it's very clear to see that I'd own it. I'd never say that to anybody. And even if anybody ever asked me anything, I'd always say, oh no, I kind of run Rock Salt or something like that. I'd never say own it or anything like that. Just, I think people know. You don't need to say it. If you're a good leader, you don't need to say it. You just show it.
Are you frustrated with where you're at, or are you proud of your achievements?
I'm proud of what we've achieved and how Rock Salt has gone, but I'm very frustrated with what we're at the moment. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, very frustrated. I don't know. It's just not fulfilling me anymore. Do you know that? It's not that it's not fulfilling me. It's just I love pushing things through and seeing things through and seeing things come together. And I suppose being involved in everything, and it's hard when I'm stepping away from certain things and then I'm trying to push other things through, but then it's not coming through, or else it's not coming through quick enough for me, if that makes sense. I'm very much I suppose kind of like yourself. I like to dip in and out of things. I like to get in, get involved, set things up, and then step away. That kind of way.
Yeah. JB, there's some questions on there.
There are some questions, yeah. I think these will be very interesting. So first one was, if you were in my shoes looking at the business as it stands today, what, with the different revenue streams that I have and the current climate we're in, what would you do with it? Specifically, how would you operate it to maximise its potential? What areas would you push to drive the growth? What opportunities would you focus on? And how would you approach growth within the current parameters and limitations?
If this was my business, I would absolutely be looking to buy a food services business.
I knew you were going to say that one. It's your new favourite.
I mean, if you were around me in the UK, I would absolutely be getting Cafe Deli down to see you, as our absolute dream type of client and customer. But I would be looking to build that up, because that gets you more fit for finance, because food services banks love hospitality. Certainly in the UK, they don't love as much, and so that would be a good thing to bolt in. And then I would be thinking about doing contract catering, like going to offices in Dublin and say, can we take over your staff canteen? You've got 2,000 staff here, look, these are what we can do for you, and that would give you nice predictable revenue.
Yeah,
I would be not focused on opening loads and loads of shops, because I think it's very hard to do that unless it's, I would only open if it's the dream location, if the rent is the dream, if you've got the management, it's the dream. It would have to be tick every box for me to open more locations now.
Yeah. No, that's
I've become
kind of
ultra fussy over it.
Yeah, because it is like it's a lot harder to open up sites these days, especially the rate of pay. You need to pay, and then the competition that's out there, especially for chefs and everything else. It's very hard to grow full service cafes or restaurants when you need a team of 20.
Yeah, I mean, and it's becoming more and more weekend and fun days, and people don't want to work all those things. We're finding all of that here in the UK, and I'm sure it's the same in Ireland. But you're not far from Dublin, are you, or some big cities?
No, we're 40 minutes outside Dublin.
Yeah, I would be finding some big offices in there. I mean, some of these offices have what you've got. Like if you go to Google, and I've been in the Google offices, they have these amazing, and they just give the food away free. And your quality, you can tender for those things. You only have to get 1 or 2 a year, and that would make your business very valuable, because we always need to have that mindset or that discipline or that philosophy that we're building a business to sell, even if we have no intention of selling it. Who wants to buy 6 shops? Not many, because you are the talent that's driving it. Even if you think you've got a great management, it comes from the top. I think you said that earlier. But food services business can be run under management a lot easier. It's a transport business. You would feed loads of cash to it. It would, keep loads of cash flow within your ecosystem. And then contract catering is a very good business model. I mean, you look at Compass and all of those big companies, they have been built on those things, but I don't think they'll be as good as you. You could do that job so much better, and it will be so predictable. We've got 2,000 people in today. You've got to feed 2,000 people, and you need to have good coffee, good breakfast, and you'd be doing all the catering for those office blocks. Get in them tenders, baby. That will make your business very valuable.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
There we go. What's the next question, Jamie?
Second question, how do you see the hospitality industry going in the next couple of years?
Well, I think, because of turnover taxes and people just, I think they don't understand, because of the turnover taxes, it's very hard to pay people very well in hospitality. I moan about Starbucks charging £6.10 for an iced coffee, but that's really what it needs to be to pay all the bills and pay people properly. But because you've got these business rates, VAT, insurance premium tax, pension costs, national employers contributions here in the UK, and I'm sure there's an equivalent in Ireland. All of that mounts on you that you keep very little, and you want to invest in the products all the time. You need new furniture, whatever it is to keep people coming back. And so I think it's getting harder and harder because of governments keep on putting the turnover taxes up. There we go. Sorry, that's probably not very motivational for you, but that is what I think.
And the third and final question, it's not so much a question, but I just like it. Cheeky question, James, I know, but is there any chance I could come over and shadow you for a day, just to be a fly on the wall and watch how you operate? I'd genuinely be extremely grateful. It would be an incredible learning experience to see how you lead your team, manage your day, and make decisions in real time. Alternatively, if you're ever over in Ireland, I'd absolutely love the opportunity to show you what we've built here. Doors are always open. The coffees or the Guinness is on me. Sounds like a YouTube video to me. You go to Ireland.
I get asked this
every day.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and the answer is no, because most of my day I'm doing confidential stuff from confidential meetings, and it's not as enjoyable as probably what I'm doing on. The YouTube gets the highlights of the
week.
Of the week.
Makes 20 minutes.
And it's become more and more like that. It's a lot of Zoom calls, and I'm quite insular. I'm doing my own stuff. Weekends I'm going back into service and trying to go around our venues and be in a customer facing role. And I want to do more of that. And so I'm afraid the answer is no, but the YouTube channel is there for you. It's only because I think my days are so packed out now. I mean, even between this podcast, I'll be on text emails trying to chase up things as we block record them. But if I come to Ireland, I would definitely seek you out. And hopefully I'll see you at one of my events one day.
Brilliant. And James, how do you manage your time in between all the different businesses then, and how do you prioritize? I suppose that's probably where I struggle the most. Is, don't get me wrong, I've got some great managers and stuff, and it's trying to make sure that I have the balance, that I spend the right time with them, pointing them in the right directions, making sure they're doing the right things at the right time, making the right decisions, but also stuff that I enjoy to do as well, that kind of way.
Yeah, but there's two answers to that. I make sure I'm doing leverage tasks, so where I'm doing the work once and get rewarded forever. So it doesn't mean just getting paid forever. So this podcast I'm doing with JB, I see as leverage, because this podcast will still be working for us in 10 years' time. And although I'm not walking on. I've said this on the podcast. Me and him don't walk out of here with 100 leads today, but I believe I keep doing it, or I keep showing up. The rewards in 36 months' time are monumental. So, I'm trying to, if I'm buying a business or raising money or getting a contract over the line, I'll do anything like that continually rewards the business. Doing an interview with someone that could be a talented person to come in, I see that as leverage, because if I get that talent into our business, the business is rewarded again and again and again. Secondly, I do spend time on the problem children. I do. Someone in my role, if there's a problem business and revenue's down or whatever, I'm parachuted in to try and save that. If I look at the 4 things that I want to be working on, it's innovation, because I believe if you don't innovate, you evaporate. Marketing, I want to spend as much time with my marketing team to get as many leads and cash flow into the business, driving cash flow. And then culture, culture is really important. And I think there's parts of our business where I'm not proud of our culture at the moment, because we've got so big and we've done so much. So I've got to keep on thinking about, have we got the right disciplines in place? Are we the best place to work for? People that work directly with me, there's about 8 people, I think, or 12 people. We have the best culture ever. How do I translate that to 2,000 people? More of a challenge. Yeah. And then lastly, the R, recruitment. So innovation, marketing, culture, and recruitment. Am I recruiting the best lieutenant and captains for our business to take us forward? And making sure I'm removing mood hoovers and not the right people in our business. And you will have them in your business. I mean, you've got hundreds of staff probably now, and you will get some bad eggs in. And you have to remember, if you can't change the people, you must change the people.
Do you spend less of your time doing stuff you enjoy now?
Well, the thing I most enjoy recently at work is probably doing magic shows at Marsh Farm. I mean, that's stupid, isn't it? That is still something.
Do you still do it?
I mean, I've done it on Saturday night. I've done it the week before, and I am going to start, because it's a good way. I'm going to tell the team that I'm there, so that they know I'm there. And things do step up when I'm around. I do know that. I do know that. And
but other than those sort of, because obviously now, like you say, you're more fundraising stuff and you're working on bigger stuff. Do you enjoy your day to day as much now as you did?
Depends on the week.
As an average.
I have to manage cash flow as well, JB. Yesterday I had £250,000 go out. Last Wednesday, 600 grand go out. Last Friday, 300 grand go out. And they're big numbers, and not a lot of people can understand that and control that. And I employ 10 accountants now.
So again, the question, do you enjoy it as much now as you did 5 years ago?
Some things I enjoy more, other things no. But,
what do you enjoy, James?
The things I enjoy are probably similar to you, improving things, the innovation, the marketing. If we're building a new attraction and I see people go, wow, that's great, this has been brilliant, a new ice cream flavour, all of those things like that. But, I have to keep an eye on the numbers so that we can continue to do those things. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy speaking at conferences. I'm an entertainer at heart. Like, really, if I break myself down, standing up in front of people, whether it's a business talk or to 300 people in our theatre at Marsh Farm, they are my happiest times. Making people laugh or changing their world, telling a good story, all of those.
They're still the things that make you the happiest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent 2 hours last night looking at magic tricks on YouTube, and I did, because I want to, and I've been thinking about shows we can do at the attractions. I like it. I want seeing families say this has been great is important to me, and I don't think we're as good as we need to be at the moment. That's honest.
So you still go back to the basics, really, in terms of what made you.
Well, I've been thinking about the basics more and more recently. Someone saying, we used to have a really good training, like we answered the phone, hello Marsh Farm, how can I help you on this magical day? Like, really, just that 1% more makes 100% difference. And we don't answer the phone like that at the moment. We're saying, hello Marsh Farm. We've got to get back to that stuff. And that's one, that's why I love when we've brought Into Action, that brilliant training company, and we do all the training for some of the best holiday companies in the country and in Europe. you've got to keep on training your business. It's so very important, but because it's not an urgent task, it gets put to the bottom of the list, but it should be on top.
Yeah, I suppose like a lot that would frustrate me. I could jump in for 10 minutes if I see a queue in one of the grab and go coffee docks, or if I see plenty of dockets on the kitchen or something, and it could be one thing that I see one of the staff say to a customer that's like, "Geez, I wouldn't say that. Why? What the hell?" And I'm like,
You'll get that.
But that would be in my head for a week, thinking I've messed up here. I need to go back to training. I need to do something. There's something's not right.
But you have to realise that, you know what. This is the thing: business owners give Corinthia, Savoy, Ritz service at £3-4 a coffee rather than 9, 10, 12 pounds a coffee.
Yeah,
and you know, training costs money. It does give you rewards. You know, having all of that beautifulness, all of that 1% improvements is constant training. But when you're paying to stay at the Corinthia at £800 a night or £1,200 a night, it can be perfect. You know, when you are paying £1,000 a night to stay at the Ritz, someone can open the door for you and take you to your room and show you around and not do it for a tip.
Yeah.
And all those things, you just probably haven't got the margin. And what lots of small business owners do is they basically run a charity and don't really pay themselves for the level of service they're giving.
Yes. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
And that's very sad.
Well, this has been a fascinating conversation. If anyone is in Ireland, Daniel, and we've whet their proverbial appetite, where can they come and just go and look at the website, guys, as well? But if you're in the local area, where can they find out more information about you guys and the amazing stuff you're doing?
I suppose we're key on Instagram and TikTok. You'll find us at Cafe Rock Salts, which is a good one. Then you'll see all our locations. But we're just north of Dublin, about 40 minutes north of Dublin, in a little seaside village called Blackrock is our main flagship, and that's where our bakery is. And then we have another one in town centre in Dundalk, which would be the closest one to it as well.
Amazing stuff. Well, thank you very much for your time today, mate. We very much appreciate it, and congratulations on all your successes so far. And we look forward to seeing more of your entrepreneurial journey moving forward. Thanks for being on the pod.
Thank you so much, Lance. Really, really appreciate it. Great conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mate,
bye-bye.
Wow.
Why is it, JB?
That website is unreal.
Why is it? I loved his personality.
Yeah, he's just
I like the way they say the F word. I mean, it's not right for us to say it, but you can say it.
Feckin'.
Yeah. Well, it's not swearing, is it?
It's not swearing.
Feck.
No, feck's fine. You can get away with that on the BBC.
It's just fantastic. They have got. Do you think Irish people have got the best personality in the world?
I think they could be. Yeah, I think it could be that. I think the Spanish are the sexiest, and I think the Irish are the friendliest.
The Italians are the sexiest.
Are they?
Oh, mate, yeah, you need to.
Don't get yourself in trouble, in that might listen to this podcast.
The Italians. I mean, I'm talking about the men here, by the way. You go to a trade show. I mean, me and Chuds, the men are just like they kiss each other and everything. These are hands and they kiss each other. It's just
it's a good day out. Right, I think we should definitely rate this fella and this brilliant business. So let's do the 8 traits of the great.
We're doing the 8 traits of the greats. There's 8 traits.
I think we're in for a good
There's
score
8 traits that we identify that make a great entrepreneur. We didn't get everything that we need to know to give it a full 8, but he could be. Starting with the end in mind?
Yes.
Do you think we get that? Okay.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Passionate about their cause, absolutely.
He fucking loves food, man. You're joking, Louis.
He definitely gave us some resilience stories there, didn't he? Please don't bank the check till Monday. They master relationships with people.
Definitely.
Commercial awareness.
Yeah. If all of his monologue and all of his breakdown.
They innovate. Yes.
He's doing that.
They're master marketeers.
100%. Look at that website. Look at that.
Stay teachable and curious. That is
my goodness, guys.
That's an 8, gang.
It's an 8.
Whoa. We're going to have to do the song because
hang on. Yeah, of course
it's back. It's a 1. The entrepreneurial job is done. Oh no, he's ahead of that. It's a 2. There's so much work to do. It's a 3. They need to think, is this business for me? He's gone past that, JB. It's a 4. A few tweaks and they can have much more. He's next. Number 5. It's a 5. The business is going to thrive. And he's ahead of that. He's gone past that. It's a 6. They're full of entrepreneurial tricks, but he's ahead of that, JB. It's a 7. He's off to entrepreneurial heaven. And number 8. I think he's only one of 2 people that have got a Leo Dack and him.
Yeah, that's it.
What an achievement. It's an 8. he's on par with James Sinclair the Great. I didn't write this, by the way. This
came from him.
This came from one of our listeners, and yes, JB. Chad, sorry.
Gemma from the dog.
Oh, she got. Yeah,
she got 8 as
three.
well. So it's
Well,
3.
3 people in I don't know how many episodes.
At least a couple hundred since I've been around.
Wow,
That is a great business.
Well,
Well done, Daniel.
really good. He is
a
good.
tough environment as well.
He is good.
Would you say easy, difficult, super difficult?
There's 2 types of businesses. There's easy, difficult, and difficult. I think
that?
he's made this.
Easy, difficult.
Yeah, because he's bolted on the catering and stuff like that, and that's why I didn't want to delve too much into the restaurant numbers today, but really, I reckon he's still making a bulk of his profit from that catering. Yeah, you can have some of these places turning £1 million and just about getting by because the turnover taxes are killing them. Right, okay.
What a brilliant business.
I'm so annoyed about turnover taxes. It makes me want to go into politics just for a day, pass a law to help hospitality and leisure business, and then get back in.
Yeah. We had a chancellor who done that. No, we had a prime minister who done that. She was only in for about 6 weeks. I reckon you could do it.
Maybe.
The cogs are turning. Right, it's time for the business quiz before we get out of here today.
It's Jim versus JB.
Cheers,
on
Chance.
the quiz that's businessy.
Hiddly-biddy-dum.
Business knowledge and it's fun.
Which one's clever? Which one's dumb?
Izzy Wizzy.
Let's place these here.
Oh, I love this.
Nice and front and centre. Currently, James Burt reigning champion. James Sinclair, still class
This
crown.
is a good question. What is the average spend per visit at UK coffee shops in 2025?
Oh, this is good. So what is the average spend per visit at UK coffee shops?
I mean, I've got a bit of an unfair advantage because I know what Rossi's done. And I mean, to give you something, most people buying, they don't go on their own.
No, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to go £13.75.
I'm going to go £9.35.
£9.35. Come on then. Open it up, baby.
£6.23.
You're annoyed about that, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, I
suppose there's a lot of people who just go and grab and go a coffee, which probably pulls the average down, doesn't it?
please go and support them, Gail. This is why it's so tough for them, and there's so many of them. It's a 5% increase on last year. People aged between 28 and 43 spend on average £720 a year on takeaway coffee.
Wow, it's a lot of coffee, isn't it?
In the UK, coffee consumption has been on the rise, with the country becoming one of the largest coffee-consuming nations in Europe.
I'm not surprised. I'm going to Australia in December. I can't wait. There's coffee there. Oh, Melbourne for a coffee. Oh, you're joking? It's absolutely unflaming believable.
Let me just get my
there you go.
winner chicken dinner, baby.
There you go. The equilibrium has been reset in the correct direction. I would, honestly, if you have got the opportunity, and I know that times can be tough for people, but if you have got a couple of quid spare, instead of going to bloody Starbucks or Costa Coffee or Cafe Nero or Pret, nothing wrong with those establishments. Go and support your local coffee shop. We're going to go now. We're going to go for lunch. James Sinclair's going to support
What
the
do you
local
prefer?
economies by buying us lunch.
What do you prefer, Starbucks or Costa Coffee?
I hate them both equally.
Yeah, I
cannot stand.
I just prefer
Here we go.
what-
Here we go. So I didn't realize it was set up for a crap pun.
I just prefer whatever Cafe's Nero.
Idiot.
Ladies and gents, I'm running Business Masterclass in September. If you'd like to come along, this is a big 2-day event for entrepreneurs and business owners live in London.
You could do the sweets and the ice cream and all that stuff again.
yeah,
this
we
year.
always give away.
It's brilliant.
It's great value for money. For a few £100, I think I can desperately change people's fortunes in business.
Yes.
If you want to learn how to raise finance by companies, take your business from, it's not for startups, let me be absolutely clear, but if you're in business, things are going well, but you're frustrated, get yourself along to Business Masterclass. Tickets are available at jamessinclair.net. All details are there. And if you're listening to this podcast and you think, oh, it's really good, we do a little thing where we like to say, pass the pod. Tell us about it, JD.
Pass the pod, yeah. Just recommend this to one other person, one other entrepreneur in your life that you think would like this content. Don't have to spam it across all your social and that. Just one person you go, do you know what? Clive's thinking about starting a coffee shop. He needs to listen to this. Clive, this one's for you, buddy. So just click the little 3 buttons in the top right-hand corner of your app and click the share button and share it with one other person. Pass the pod. Thanks very much.
Muchas gracias.
See you on the next one. Ta-da.
If you love the business broadcast, why not come on the show? We're looking for business owners that have got challenges. 3, in fact. And if you're challenged and you would like some help and get your business exposed to the hundreds of thousands of people that view and listen to this show, we'd love to have you on. Get to my website, jamessinclair.net, click on the podcast button and fill in the application form. Tell us about your challenges. And if you're challenged enough and ambitious to grow and you want some help, we'd love to have you on the show.